Welcome back to a bit of Gamey and brief update. So I did all these videos on the reviews for the First to Fight kit, and this is the end result. Very basic sort of basing. Just get a base, paint it green or brown or whatever you want, and then whack the thing down on it, glue it, and put some grass flock over it. So, you know, say very basic. Also the what we call it, the decals. Yeah. So yeah, these are the 3 vehicles for my 2 anti-tank guns and anti-aircraft gun, and the 221, which was the what we call it, the the scout part of the reconnaissance battalion. A little bit of attempting at dry brushing along the edges. Probably can't see it very well because it's not very well done, but there you go. That's quite nice. Quite pleased with that. So it's nearly the end. But also the other thing I did with the because say those 4 vehicles were what I needed to complete my infantry division. This is well, it's kind of like the rapid fire, really. So it's basically that you've got, you know, all the elements of that, you know, that could support your infantry company or infantry platoon or infantry platoon, but at the same time it's it makes roughly what a rapid fire units have, roughly a kind of a 1 to 5 scale. So it's a bit of both, you know. It's like 1 to 5 scale, or, you know, 1 to 1 scale for, you know, platoon stuff, you know, like bolt action or whatever. But also, for no good reason other than I just like the vehicles, I decided on getting a few of these. This is the Kerstead 14 radio, you know, command vehicle for a reconnaissance platoon in, early war, sort of Poland-ish, you know, sort of the 1939 org chart for infantry division has the recce being one of these, but, you know, I think, you know, before that I just wanted them basically because I just think they look I don't know, it's not that they look cool, they look really uncool, you know. There's like a knocked together in a shed type deal. Anyway, apparently, according to the magazine company, there's actually meant to be 1 of these and 3 of these, but I've just got that. I don't think I need a 3rd one, because I was going to, you know, try and think of some scenarios, you know, reconnaissance type scenarios. So that'd be those, and some infantry. The infantry in the reconnaissance battalion are supposed to be either on bikes or on horses, and I haven't got any of those. But I might get some, or I might just have them on foot. But whatever. So that this is going to be like a, you know, very early scenario for reconnaissance, if and when I can come up with an idea for it. But yeah, I don't know. I just like these. And so the reason for these, they're very basic bases. Obviously, you know, it's just glued down flock. But the main reason for it is simply for the colour contrast. Because in the early war, you know, the German, you know, non-camouflage is just, you know, it's dark grey, which is kind of dull. Having the green bases just gives it a bit of contrast, which is I like. Yeah, so that's that. 80 by 40. No idea where I got them from, or I know where I got them. I don't know why I bought these, but 80 by 40 works very nice for those small vehicles. Yeah, I really like them. This is just, you know, I've just got to find out somewhere to have a game for them. Currently, because all I've got is Germans. The other things I've been doing is, you know, trying to finish off this last unit of Greek hoplites. What I've realised, you know, too late, is was that on the earlier one of these, had them all lined, behind each other. The second row was directly behind the first row. So I think I need to try and make it look a bit more compact, like a shield wall. So I put them, I don't know what the word is, but not directly behind each other. They're sort of askew a bit to take up more space. So there's like shield to shield. But I need to spread them out more really, so that the figures on the edges are right on the edges of the bases, so it looks like one solid shield wall rather than what we'll call it. Yeah, like they've got separate little divisions in between. But never mind, they still look alright. So you've got the Crusader block there with their Hoplite command pack, and the rest from the Warlord Games ones. So that's the last of the last of the ancient units I'm doing. Although I'll end up trying to fill up the boxes I bought. So I've got a load of more boxes of ancients to deal with. So yeah, another 2 bases of them on their way. Oh, so there's another 8 of those to do. And the other thing is just getting started on the old. I call it what? Yeah, I keep almost calling it 7 Years' War, but in reality it's just horse and musket. Because I'm not worrying too much about the exact period. I'm just going to do 4 small battalions of each. They've got some metals from Crusaders and some plastics from Warlord. But anyway, these are very basic painted, with the basic and capital letters. But it doesn't actually matter that much because at least from a distance anyway, they just look quite nice on their own, because it's just the uniform is, I don't know, it just appeals. Yeah, so it's, I'm going to do very, very basic paint job on them, but I'm going to have finally get that started, have a little game of some kind, although I haven't got any terrain yet, so that's going to be something to be fixed at as well. But anyway, blah blah blah. So that's the latest update. Finishing off the ancients, just getting started on the horse and musket, and getting to the point with the World War II when we'll actually have a game. We shall see. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's all fun. Enjoying it. Getting back into it after all these years. Look quite dinky. Like I say, these are all 172 20mm, because I mean the 28mm World War II definitely, they look better, definitely, especially the infantry. But I was going to buy loads of vehicles and I didn't want to get the 28mm ones because it's just money and storage. And these look great. I like the 172 stuff. Even though I'm a terrible modeler and I mess them all up. I just really like them. Nostalgia maybe. The only other thing is now that these are done, these don't come with crew figures, and you don't need them. But I'm tempted to buy some crew figures just for the sake of it. I don't know why. Yeah, I think that's that.
And while I'm here, I wanted to point out a couple of interesting YouTube channels that tie in with this World War II stuff. The first one is, I'm not going to be able to pronounce his name properly, but it's Joao, Joao or something, and Peixoto. I'll put the link in the comments thing. But he does these, I'll switch the sound off, but he does these rapid fire, big units, like whole divisions worth. Obviously you need a giant table and lots of storage, but it's just fun. He does some rapid fire battles as well. But I do mean I don't have the space for this, but if I did, I'd definitely get obsessed with this. I don't know quite why, but there's just something about I don't know what it is, some kind of OCD thing. Yeah, just it definitely appeals to me, or would do if I had the space. But anyway, so I'm going to get the pronunciation wrong, but it's something like João Peixoto or something, Peixoto. But anyway, I'll put a link in the thing. But it's pretty good. He does a whole bunch of stuff on different divisions, and some rapid fire battles as well. But it's does these videos where he's got a whole division of different kinds, German and French and British and American maybe as well. But anyway, so I thought I'd mention that one. Right, the second site is it's called the Australian War Memorial site. AWM Collection is the name on YouTube. I'll put a link down below. It's got all these old World War II films for training. So this is one on on the Bren carriers, and there's a bunch of different things in it. One is stuff that I just never heard of before, but it's kind of the idea that you use the Bren carrier for throwing grenades. You drive, obviously not much use, they've got anti-tank guns, but you drive up close and you start slinging grenades out of your Bren carrier. I don't know how relevant this is to games, but whatever. Maybe it's a thing that you can slot into a game. The other thing is the different mountings you got for the Bren. So either firing straight ahead or firing against planes or whatever. So there's all that bit on the anti-tank rifle. But the thing that I thought was interesting was stuff to do with the 2-inch mortar. There's one bit where you sort of park the Bren up and hide it, with a 2-inch mortar, and then where's he goes? Then there's when a guy gets out, he jumps out, and they go ahead of it. So you park the Bren up somewhere that's all camouflage or whatever, and the guy goes up. So they're camouflaged in it. Where is it? Oh yeah, and then there's two guys go up ahead, see with the flags, and they're actually a spot for the mortar. So you've got the mortar set up on the Bren, but kind of parked out of the way so it can't be seen. And then this guy goes crawling forward to spot for it, and then when he gets to the right position, he does his signals to tell them go left, right, 50 yards forward, and all that sort of jazz. And then the guy with the 2-inch mortar, so on the Bren, fires it. So he sees where it lands, and then I don't know what that signal. I mean, obviously there's sound to it, right? So he's saying go that way by whatever 50 yards or whatever it is, and so bosh bosh. That's how you do the how you spot for the 2-inch mortar. I don't know. I mean, I've no idea if anyone actually ever did this, but this is a training film. And there's another thing on the 2-inch mortar which I didn't know about, which is what's called low angle mortar fire, which is basically using the mortar as a direct fire weapon rather. Let's see, we'll get it. Yeah, see, he's got it more or less flat, and he's just aiming directly with it. I mean, see, you put the thing down and then you fire it that way. So you can use those 2-inch mortars as a direct fire weapon. It seems, I'm not sure how useful it was. But anyway, there's those little films like these training films from World War II, which may or may not be useful to anyone. I say that I'll put the links to those two sites down in the info below. Okay, look, toodle pip.